that's trying to say that Lizzo is acting like a mammy is completely wrong, and you're colorist and fat phobic.
This is exactly why I started out the song with "They don't know I do it for the culture." These people who are saying this are probably the same people who are mad when I'm being hypersexual. And the mammy trope is actually desexualized. So it can't both be true. Make it make sense. I really think people are just mad to see a fat black woman that makes pop music and is happy. Y'all are so upset that I'm happy. But this rhetoric doesn't even bother me because Aretha Franklin was criticized by the black church when she came out with Respect. Whitney Houston was booed at the Soul Train Awards for being too white. Beyonce received criticism early in her career. So you know what? The type of music that I make, I know that I'm making it to be great. I'm making it to touch the world, and I don't trip on any of these criticisms because I know that the only person that I'm serving is myself. I'm on my way to make my dreams come true. I hope you are too.
I want some of your brown sugar. I want some of your brown sugar. I want some of your brown sugar. I want some of your.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. This is Brownsugar Commentary, and I'm your girl, Kayla. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more videos about Black entertainment, Black womanhood, and whatever heck else I feel like talking about this week. All right, let's get right into it. So today we're going to talk about Lizzo and the fact that Lizzo deserves freaking better. Now, this has been something that's always been on my mind, especially after when I was talking about Chloe Bailey a couple of months ago. But now more than ever, this conversation has to be had, because recently, Lizzo came out with her much anticipated, new single along with a new visual for her song named Rumors featuring Cardi B. And while this should be a time of her, celebrating and planning for her next era, instead she has to be on Instagram Live crying because the overwhelming amount of hate that she, has been getting online. It's not even has been getting. This has been since the beginning of her career. And that it breaks my heart because it just feels that I know that Lizzo probably has been holding in that hurt for so long. And I know for so long she probably has, had to stay strong and ignore it and kind of be positive. When I know that she is probably dealing with so much. And it pisses me off. It pisses me off so much because, like I said, I never want to see a Black woman go through any type of hurt. But I is no other reason why Lizzo is going through this other than the fact that she is a Black woman who exists in a bigger body. And fat phobia is just, it's just so disgusting. And it's just like ridiculous that at this point that people are still, being nasty to people simply because of the body that they have. Like, it's just ridiculous. So let's get into it. So, I mean, Lizzo bursted onto the scene, honey, back in 2019, right? My hit was Truth Hurts. The first time I personally heard it was in the Netflix original movie, Someone Great, I think it's called, the one with Gina Rodriguez in it. And I remember hearing the song and thinking, oh my God, I love this song. This song is a great song. It's a fun song. Great, little breakup hit, and of course after like that it blew up everywhere. Now Lizzo did not just come out in 2019. She'd been making music for like years, had a couple of EPs and things like that. But because I remember when I was working at American Eagle and back in like 2018, I would hear her song called Boys all the time, but I had no idea who sung the song. And it's a catchy retail tune for sure. But like I said, Truth Hurts was her big hit. And then to follow up, she had an album called Cause I Love You. And I mean, if you never listened to Cause I Love You, you kind of heard like half of the album. But, it's banger after banger, right? Like I said, of course, you have Truth Hurts. You have Good as Hell. You have Juice. You have Cause I Love You, the single. Jerome. So many songs. And what I love about them is that there are just so many, the songs, breakup songs, ballads, songs about self-love. It's just a feel-good, fun, great album. And like I said, this album really took Lizzo over the top. And since then, she's been doing pretty well. I mean, like I said, despite Cause I Love You coming out back in 3 years ago at this point, almost, the songs are still going up on freaking, commercials everywhere. Like Lizzo gonna forever eat off of Cause I Love. If she never makes another album again, she could eat off of that album, because that's how much the songs are banging. And so, so she's been doing pretty well in the music department. And a lot of people, she's doing pretty well, especially in the pop. Even though people do not like to, these award shows do not like to acknowledge her as pop, but she's really like one of the biggest pop stars right now, and and we love to see it, because like I've said many times, Black women do not usually get a space in pop music, and especially women that look like Lizzo do not ever get a space in music at all. And so I think that it's something that a reason why people liked Lizzo so much is because she was this girl who was just so unapologetically herself and just didn't seem to care. I mean, if you look, and she's a woman, she's a fat woman, but that doesn't faze her. It's not a place of insecurity or a place for her to feel bad. She embraces herself. And even in the Cause I Love You, album art, she's naked. She's completely naked. And I said, I know that's right. I know that's right. Because we are growing, especially if you a person that grew up early 2000s, where weight was always a big topic of discussion, to the point where, especially when it came to celebrities, like if you wasn't a size 0, your weight is being talked about. And I remember even someone like a Jessica Simpson, who people love to talk about her weight on the tabloids. And I just recently found that Jessica Simpson was literally only a size 6. Yet people kept talking about how fat she was. And I was like, a size 6? Do you want to know that last time I was a size 6? Probably the 6th grade, child. Okay? A size 6. And y'all call that fat? And like I said, we already knowing in media how society and how the media has treated fat people in terms of entertainment. I've talked about the fat best friend trope. And, fat people very rarely, if ever, gets to be main characters in movies or television shows. They're usually the butt of the joke. Even going into like cartoon characters, a lot of cartoon characters or cartoon villains really are usually fat, like, period. And so we are subconsciously ingrained from young age to believe that fat is bad. And because of that, that is why so many young fat kids growing up got bullied. And I mean, it's all with anything where you are an other, you're ostracized, okay? And as long as you deviate from what society deems as acceptable, you're being disrespected. Factors that people use to bring people down. If you deviate from the norm, you're getting brought down. So to have someone in music like to represent not only Black women, but fat Black women, or just fat women in general, this was a triumph. It felt like, wow, we really getting somewhere in society. However, while Lizzo was winning awards and while she was being, held up as, this body positive, confident queen, she was being harassed online, like at every turn. One of the first things I remember about Lizzo being harassed was when she came to one of those basketball games in a dress, I believe, and the dress must have had the butt cheek area cut out or something. And everybody was up in arms about it, right? Everybody was talking about it. And everybody was talking about, oh my God, how could she do this? Lizzo, this is why we don't like Lizzo. Lizzo do too much. Oh, what about the children? I'm like, and y'all gotta stop bringing children into y'all bullshit. I promise you. Stop it. Y'all don't care about kids. That's number one. Stop doing that. Literally, anytime y'all want to try to, I don't even know the word, like criticize someone or try to justify their outrage towards something, you want to bring kids into it. Like, number one, these kids don't care. That's number one. Don't care. Number two, you don't care about the kids because other people do crazier things and you try to defend their actions, but you want to talk about butt cheeks at a damn basketball game. Please shut the hell up. You don't care about no damn kids. Because honestly, if someone like a Rihanna wore the exact same outfit, I promise you it would have been for sale on Fashion Nova the next goddamn morning. Save me the foolishness. Save it. Save it. Like, I don't want to hear that. So that was number one with the foolishness, right? People were talking about that outfit and whatever. And it was never that deep. I never thought it was deep then. I don't think it's deep now. Period. Next thing was, after, it wasn't no really isolated incident. I just felt like every time Lizzo breathed, there was some critique being had about, oh, she's promoting obesity. Oh, she's doing too much. That's a general thing I keep hearing about Lizzo. And it's just like, what is she doing that is too much? My girl just make her music and go. What is the problem? And the thing is, there is no problem. There literally is no problem. But I see that even Lizzo is trying to defend herself. I remember even last year, I think it was, where she made this video showing her working out and showing her, like her workout routine or something like that, and saying, like, I work out for the body that I want, and the body that I'm in right now is the body that I want. And so while you may think like I don't be working out and doing this, like, I don't care. And while I felt that was super dope, but it's just like, see, why does Lizzo have to prove to you that she be working out for real? Like, I mean, one, it should be obvious, because if you ever seen Lizzo perform or been to a concert, you see that, like, she has very high energy shows where she is constantly moving and dancing. That takes a lot of stamina, Like, you can't just go out and do that and, you don't work out a little bit, you know what I mean? But even if Lizzo wasn't working out, that doesn't mean that she should not be granted some form of respect. And that is your problem. It's like with people, especially, like I said, like fat people or black people or women. It's like people got to show you, oh, you should respect me because I'm doing X, Y, and Z. And so with fat people, that's what it is. Oh, I'm working out. Oh, I'm eating healthy. Respect me. They should not have to beg for your respect or respect for your right to believe that they exist. Like, that is ridiculous to me. And it should be ridiculous to you. Because it's like, even with Lizzo, I've never even seen Lizzo really eat anything unhealthy. As far as I've seen, like I said, for as far as I've seen her on social media, she's been vegan or been eating vegan. But it's like, and I feel like she has to do that, because if Lizzo was out here eating cheeseburgers, oh, the world would turn upside down. The same world who sees someone like Sweetie, and Sweetie out here putting hot Cheeto dust in her ramen noodles, and now she got an endorsement with McDonald's. You don't see how that doesn't make any goddamn sense? And that's no shade to Sweetie. I like Sweetie. I think Sweetie's a fun girl. But and it's not Sweetie's fault that she lives in a world where there's, when you're thin, there's privilege in that. But what I'm saying is the same people that will sit there and go buy Sweetie's meal and go endorse her, putting cheese on freaking, I don't even know. But just these weird concoctions that she'll be making. You will sit there and Lizzo could just be sitting there twerking, or even just sitting there and minding her goddamn business. Y'all talking about promoting obesity. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, seriously. What? Just because somebody is fat, and I want you to wrap your mind, just because somebody is fat does not automatically make them unhealthy. Just as someone is skinny does not make them healthy. Because I know a lot of skinny folks that are not healthy at all. Never been to a gym. Never. Don't even drink water. Okay? There are many factors into why someone may be fat. Okay? And even if a person is fat because they overeat or something, what is it to you that they do that? What does that matter to you? Why do you think that automatically means, oh, they deserve the worst possible treatment imaginable. Why? Why? Especially when we live in America where healthy food is super expensive and fast food is hella accessible and hella cheap. So why is it so hard to get your mind around that, why someone may be fat? And like I said, that does not mean if somebody, the way that someone chooses to whatever, that doesn't, what is it to you? Why do you feel like you have to police people? Why do you feel like, oh, this person is fat, so that means I have to treat them like hot garbage? It doesn't make any freaking sense. But moving right along, before I get too deep into that. Then it was a matter of, I think it was Diddy on live, and then Diddy was had Lizzo on his live, and then Lizzo must have started to twerk, and he stopped her and was like, oh, we not doing that, da 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 da. Then seconds later, he had Drea on there, and Drea started twerking. He was completely fine with that. And that's what even is like, okay, so on top of the people on the outside doing this nonsense and treating Lizzo this way, you got other celebrities treating her badly because fat phobia. Like, and it's just like, because like I said, most of the time when these things are happening to Lizzo, none of these celebrities are coming to her defense. I don't really see. Like, what happened recently is the first time I've actually seen other celebrities come and defend and, you know, send love to Lizzo. And it was all obviously women performers or whatever. And that's when and of course it was women. But like I said, even with the Diddy situation, no one ever sat there and called Diddy out on that because that was dead wrong. That was dead wrong. And I mean, Diddy already going through to the hot place for a slew of reasons. But that's definitely on there. He's definitely VIP first class ticket to the hot place. But it was just super distasteful. Of course, once again, people took that opportunity to once again crap on Lizzo, talk about, yeah, see, she just be doing too much. She doing too much. And I'm just like, is she doing too much, or just say you just don't like fat women and go? Stop lying. And then it was even recently, this is the thing that really just got my blood boiling, but someone decided to come on the Big Blue app and talk about oh, I don't really care for Lizzo's music. She's a minstrel show. She's a mammy for white people's entertainment. And I said, just because white people enjoy a black artist's music does not automatically make them a minstrel show. Lizzo makes pop music, or at least the music that gets popular for Lizzo is pop music. So, you know, who enjoys pop music more than anybody else? White people. Also, Lizzo, it's not like she's making a caricature out of herself. It's not like she's trying to act like what white people think black women are supposed to act. She makes sure that in her visuals, as well as her background dancers, are all black women of all shades and sizes. And a mammy is a fictional character that is usually an older black woman who is usually some type of maid or nanny who takes care of a white family, and or she has her own family or whatever, and she has no form of personality, no form of, you know, attractiveness or sexuality about her. Her whole reason for living is to serve white people. And I don't get that from Lizzo. I don't get that from her music. I don't get that from her performances. So to sit there and come out your neck and say something so just touch just so out of left field and so just wrong, it's just like, just say you don't like the girl music and go. But don't be trying to throw out certain concepts out there that you really don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Like, please. And that's my thing. It's like I said, it's like, y'all just can't even just say, I don't like Lizzo music and go. Y'all have to come and then be disrespectful on top of it. And that's where we are with this, where Lizzo has to come on live, breaking down, talking about some days she feels so bad about herself. This accomplished, wonderful, amazing performer and singer, where she should be enjoying her life and her fame, has to sit there and deal with y'all trolling her every 2 to 5 business days over something that is just stupid. Like, it's stupid. But it just opens up the larger conversation on how society treats fat people in this country. And that's the only unfortunate thing about being the first of something. Because like I said, Lizzo is the first, the biggest, the first woman, the first fat woman to be a celebrity for real. Like, that's not like a comedian or something. Like, she is a singer and performer. There is something hard about that, because you're going to have to deal with all of this crap. And it's just so unfortunate to me. It makes me so upset. Like I said, like, it's just like Lizzo deserves better. Lizzo deserves better. I can't say that enough times. Like, I just feel like I said, it's already annoying, the fact that, like I said, these white people don't be wanting to acknowledge the fact that my girl Lizzo be making pop music and putting her in the pop categories, okay? Because they know for a fact that if they put her in the pop categories, that she's sweeping. She's sweeping. Undeniably. So they gonna try to slide her in a little R&B, knowing good and damn well Lizzo does not make R&B music. But y'all know what y'all doing, because they do the same thing with The Weeknd. Same thing with Doja Cat as well. Like, y'all know that these girls and The Weeknd is supposed to be in the pop categories. But you're not going to do it, because you know that they're dominating. They're dominating the charts, and they're dominating these categories and sweeping these mediocre white people. I had to let that tangent out. But yeah. Lizzo, I really hope Lizzo is taking care of herself, and I hope that this doesn't bring her down too much. You know what I mean? Like, I really hope that she has a good support system and she is taking care of herself mentally, because I cannot imagine what that is like for her. Like, I really, really don't. And I really hate that it had to come to this. I really do. But I just hope that this is a start for people, that when they see people coming for Lizzo, that people nip that in the bud, like, immediately shut it down. And really, like I said, show Lizzo the love and recognition that she deserves, because this girl is doing the damn thing. And it's just like, there's no reason for her to be getting the hate that she get. Don't like her music and shut the hell up. We don't care about your think pieces, period. Okay? Like, I hope her song go to #1. I hope it's on every freaking commercial, because it's giving that. It's going to be on the Old Navy. Is the Old Navy commercial. Lizzo know what the hell she doing. She a marketing genius, okay? And I hope you can't escape it. I hope you hear it everywhere, because I'm just sick of it. But yeah, I really hope Lizzo deserves better. I wish I would just leave Lizzo alone, for real. Like, seriously, let that girl be great and stop it. Because like I said, at the end of the day, all of it's rooted in fat phobia. None of your critiques are genuine, please. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about this Lizzo situation. All that good stuff in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll definitely see y'all in my next video. Peace out, y'all.